20s. See, cuts down on the cost of governance. We don't have the funds to be living. Let me give you an instance. If a governor wants to move, he moves in a convoy of at least 15 vehicles. At least 15 vehicles. Out of those vehicles, there is a particular vehicle that doesn't have anybody inside except the driver. In case the one governor is inside breaks down or there is an attack, they move him. That vehicle also is fully loaded with PMS on taxpayers' money. We have ambulance, we have numbers of security. Don't you see your brother Wiki when he moves around in Abuja? You know, he still want to feel like if Wiki had the opportunity, he would have become a third-time governor because he wants that feeling. He wants to move around like a governor in the convoy. People you cannot pinpoint to, this is the business he did before he came into governance. They become so stinkingly rich the moment they become a political leader. And we celebrate them, we clap for them. That's who the people call mentor. I tell people, if somebody like him is your mentor, then I question your character. But that's not where we are going. What I'm trying to say is, as a labor leader, demand that government cut down on government. We don't have the funds to be spending ridiculously like that. The president should not be... Demand that the president should also use them. Maybe he builds Lagos now. He builds Lagos. He should use medical facilities in Lagos. We don't have the fund to be spending 21 billion naira on the vice presidential villa. We don't have the money to be spending 30 billion naira on the International Conference Center. Billions of naira renovating the National Assembly every year. Imagine those money we pump them into our economy. Imagine the 30 billion we pump them into our national hospitals, the federal medical centers. Imagine the 21 billion naira we fund them into our universities. Imagine the ridiculous amount of money we spend outside, 15 billion naira to purchase vehicle for the immigration last year. Imagine we spend it. We give North Motors in Lagos. We give Innocent in Inewi. Imagine how many people those people will recruit. See how the money will circulate in the economy. Imagine we spend the 1.5 billion naira you budgeted for the office of the of the wife of the president that is not known to the constitution. Imagine we spend that money on agriculture. Imagine we spend all the ridiculous amount of money, the 5 million naira yacht we bought. Imagine we spend that money on agriculture. We fund people in Benue State, produce yam. We fund people who plant, maize, produce maize, produce all this food that we eat. Imagine how we can feed ourselves. But no. Imagine all the money we use to pay all these unnecessary essays. Essay on sleeping, essay on waking, essay on entertainment, essay on this, essay on MC, essay on nonsense and ingredients. Imagine all the money we spend on them. Imagine we fund them, we put those funds in our education. See what will become of this nation. But no, we NSC are just interested in the moment the politicians do this, let us ask for new minimum wage. It doesn't make sense. We need to revive our economy. We don't have the money. We are rich, quote and unquote, but we don't have the money to be spending ridiculously. An ordinary speaker of a state house of assembly will move with about 21 people in his convoy. And numbers of SUV, about 3 or 5 of them. We don't have such money. Even the prime minister in the United Kingdom, our former colonizers, they will go about in a Datsunka. Prime ministers in Netherlands, countries who have money, chancellors in Germany, they go about modestly. Yeah.
You see them in public transportation. You see some of them riding bicycles.
Ministers in UK go about in public train. But the moment somebody becomes a local government chairman, somebody that doesn't have an idea, he cannot generate 100 million naira a month. He only waits for the federal allocation. It becomes unseeable. It becomes, that's why their shoulder raise goes high, and they see people. We run a ridiculous system that we need to think as a people. We need to think.
All right, Mr. Ladi Jalabi, so you're suggesting a cut in the cost of governance.
We need to drastically cut. We need to also look into the National Assembly. Those bunch of people who have nothing to do, than too many of them, they have a sitting today. The next 2 months they go on recess, and they have a funny leader now who send prayers into mails and go about running after anything that we don't want to mention here.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ladi Jalabi, Public Affairs Analyst, for joining us on this segment. We've been talking about the Nigerian Labour Congress and the demands they've made on Workers' Day. We're going to take a short break right now. And when we return, the conversation continues with another topic. You do not want to miss this next segment. Please stay with us.